Switching topics, healthcare, very important in this election, very key issue to the voters. Been a lot of discussion about your position on requiring insurance companies to insure people who have pre-existing conditions. You have recently been very forthright in stating you are for it, again, but people would scratch their heads and say, well, actions speak louder than words, and you were one of the attorneys general that tried to do away with the Affordable Care Act, and you have not joined the other mainly Democratic attorneys general who are now specifically in court fighting to preserve pre-existing conditions. How are people to reconcile your actions and your position?
Well, first of all, the attorney generals, the Democrat attorney generals who are doing this are trying to uphold all of Obamacare. And so, first of all, I didn't like Obamacare. Many people I talked to did not like it. They didn't like the individual mandate. They did not like the tax. They did not like bureaucracy in Washington, D.C., in essence, determining who your doctor is. So that was one of the big false things was stated. You're going to continue to pick your doctor. So I don't like Obamacare. That's no secret. But I have a long, long history of supporting coverage for someone who needs that coverage with a pre-existing illness. I went back and we looked 7 different times in the Congress. When I was in Congress, I voted in favor of that, of coverage for people who have a pre-existing illness. So there are ways that we can accomplish this. This is imperative. I mean, I think of someone who's, just make a story up, 55, they lose their job, they lose their coverage, they want to start their own business, and they look up, and then if they couldn't get coverage, let's say they had cancer or their spouse had cancer, and if they couldn't get coverage or it was an exorbitant cost, that's not fair. That's not right. So the fact that Richard Cordray keeps saying that I'm not for this is just simply not true. And the evidence shows that time after time I've voted in favor of that. And my commitment to the people of the state of Ohio is when I am governor of the state of Ohio, we will never be in a situation where somebody in the state of Ohio who has a pre-existing medical problem cannot get health coverage at a decent price. We will do whatever is necessary to do that.
And you're certain you can persuade a legislature that has a mind of its own to do something like that?
Well, first of all, coverage is there today.
Right.
We'll see if there's anything changes. But absolutely, I cannot envision one legislator who would want to go back to their district and look people in the eye and tell them, oh no, we can't cover pre-existing illnesses. So, this is something that I'm very, very much committed to.